Ah, okay.
Cool.
Your dagger, it weighs 1 pound, and your short bow. Wait, where's that? Simple. No. Wait, what? Ah,
Disaster.
short bow. That weighs 2 pounds. Also, you gotta keep
Okay.
track of the weight of your ammunition.
Okay. So, sideline, ready to
Wow.
go?
Yeah, it's already streaming.
Awesome. We're streaming then.
Yeah.
Live. Okie dokie. Well,
Yeah.
because we're live, Aeonis, do you want to, like, kind of introduce yourself to the people that are watching? Like, just
Yeah, sure.
who you
Yeah,
are?
yeah, I am going to be joining in on the campaign, or hopefully. My character's name is Lindratho. I am an elf, druid, ranger, dual class. And yeah, that's pretty much it so far.
Okay. Basically, this is your little test. We'll see how you do, see how you mix. We're gonna get Sideline playing as Caliph to give you a little bit of help with the dungeon. And we're gonna see how it plays through and plays out.
Okay.
But before we do that, I'm just gonna give you my ground rules. I did it with the guys even when we were streaming back in episode 1, and I'm gonna give you the ground rules that I still have today. Is I am God, you are my bitch. What I say goes.
I am well aware of that, and I
That's-
fully accept it.
That's the biggest one. You are a pro gamer. You're coming into the pro game, so you are not gonna get assisted. If I see that you've run out of ammunition and you don't go and buy any and you try to shoot an arrow, you've not got any arrows. You shoot arrows and you forget where they land, because I'll always tell you where they land if you fail to hit. You forget where it lands, gone. You've misplaced it.
Okay,
Um,
sounds great.
What else do we have? Yeah, roleplay everything. If you think your character should be saying something in a way or blah blah blah, you roleplay as it. I want you to be a character as much as you can. There's
Okay.
other rules and bits and bobs here and there. Nothing really big that I can think of. Sideline, can you think of anything?
No.
Nah, I can't think of them. My rules aren't complicated. Pretty easy to follow.
There are a few things goofy about this world, but you'll find those out. Like the weeks and
Yeah.
the gods and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll give you. I've given you the backstory of the world, and
That you have.
we've talked about your backstory and how it's gone in. We won't tell anyone, because if you do make it to Sunday game, it's something the players should learn as we go on, and your character can tell them the backstory when he gets comfortable with them. That'll be a nice
Sounds
little
good.
part of the session as well. But yeah, we're very. It's we're a big family, and it's a good game, and I hope you're gonna mix well.
I hope so too.
So, to give this a bit more of an, I don't know, magical kind of feel, eh, let's get it into a bit of story mode. So,
Okay.
Caliph, you are sitting on the bed beside Verge. Azala's in front of you. Sora's just to the right of Azala, and Garrick's just off to the left. And Azala has handed you a glass of water, and has handed Verge. After a conversation has taken down, you drink back on the water. As you do so, your mind goes a bit hazy, and you close your eyes, and everything goes black. As you open your eyes again, you see you're inside what seems to be bleak and disky dungeon. It seems to be underground, and you kind of feel a bit hazed, but you feel powerful. You can feel Lareem again. You can feel her being close to you, being a part of you again. You can't seem to hear her yet, but you can feel she's a part of you again.
I rub my eyes and go, ugh, son of a bitch, where the fuck am... Hey! I'm powerful again! And then my hands immediately envelop themselves in flame.
Awesome. As you do that, you light up the room. It's a bit dark, but you light up the room, and you kind of feel another presence. As you look around the room, you can see what seems to be an elf. But there's something about this elf. There's something that's nagging at the back of your head, like it's Loreen kind of nipping at the back of your head. But you seem to be not drawn, but comfortable around this elf. But he's not one of your own.
Sort of stop and sort of say, hey, you alive over there? What am I doing here? I walk up to him and... is he just standing there?
Dunno. Elf. Flandrel. Lindrathel.
Yes.
Lindrathel, as you open your eyes, you remember images of the forge, and as you kind of wake from a slumber almost, you're standing and look around the room, and you see this man with light in his hands walking towards you.
I seem dazed and surprised.
Yes.
Who are you?
Name's Kaleth. I was wondering who the hell are you? What the hell are you doing in my mind?
I am Lindrathel. Why am I here?
I was wondering if you could answer me that question yourself. Anyways, since we both don't know, we should probably figure that out.
Sounds like a plan.
So, it's quiet in the dungeon.
Take a step into the middle of the room. Sort of take a what is this room made out of? Does it seem hazy?
You look around the room. It seems to be thick black rock. The floor is very dusty. A couple of droplets. You look behind you in the stairwell going up, but it goes darker and darker and darker further up the stairwell, and every time you look up there, you feel as if you should look away, as if it's your wrong path.
Alright, so I scratch my head and go, alright, obviously I'm having a religious delusion, and either you are real, and you're connected to Lyreem somehow, or this is completely me being psychotic and has nothing to do with this at all. Are you a cleric? Or a person of God? And if so, what God?
No, I'm not.
Then either you're a figment of my imagination or someone random who's going to be... I don't know. Anyways. Well, I guess we're here to investigate. Do you have a way you want to go first?
There's 3 doors and 1 hallway.
I lumber over towards the 3 doors, clasping the wall for support as I slowly make my way over there.
Well, you can move your token. Which way are you going? Your character, it's your token. Like we're going down the hallway then. You head down the hallway. See what seems to be a statue just round the corner. Seems to be of a human man. Seems almost like he was cowering from something. The statue.
I take a closer look at the statue.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for anything unusual with the statue.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Okay. Uh,
On skills.
okay, thank you.
Okay. If you go down to the bit where it says just to the right, it says perception, then there's a little dice you can roll. Let me tip. 13. Okay. It just seems to be a statue, inanimate object, something you could move. Doesn't seem bolted down. It just seems to be of a human. Doesn't seem to have a base. It just seems to be standing there. Nice bit of flicker light in the candle.
I leave it at the doorway. So
Yeah.
I sort of lean past him and say, "What's in that room? Anything interesting?"
No, not that I could see of.
Hmm.
So far, it's nothing but black hallways and this statue.
You do, however, actually see there seems to be like a pedestal here, and it has a star on it.
I move closer into the room to inspect the rest of the layout.
Oh, Caliph, there is that wall. It's blocked by a big, huge chain door.
Hmm. Well, I sort of approach the altar. As I walk past it, I cast light on it, and just so this area is a bit lit up, and I go up to this door.
As you cast light on the altar, writing appears on the wall behind it.
I stop, pivot on my heel, and go, "I didn't expect that to happen."
Writing says 2 buttons are to be pressed. One of star and one of moon. And the chains will be let free.
Well, I guess this is the star button. I guess we can go find the moon button.
What if the statue has something to do with it?
Maybe. I go up to the statue and inspect it.
Okay. Investigation check. It's an inanimate object.
Shrug and just so I know nothing will bother me when I do stuff, I push it over.
Okay, it lands into the wall, and it gets a crack right along the neck as its head hits the wall first. It kind of just stabilizes itself there.
Well, Not a fan of gargoyles, not a fan of anything. I'm not going to take my chances. Last dungeon I was in, I was attacked by undead, and I decapitated it with my warhammer.
Smash. The statue crumbles to pieces.
Good. Anyways, turn on my heels and I swing open this door right here and say, "After you, Sir Elf."
My regards as I slide by you, drenched in cold sweat, as I am still dazed and confused as I go through the doorway.
Lindrathel. Give us a little bit of a description of Lindrathel, Aeonis, as Kaelith notices with the light of the room as you walk past.
He is hunched over. He has a very small build for an elf. He looks somewhat fragile. And as you can tell, then he has a weird sort of movement with his right arm and chest as he drifts by.
Are you... I sort of, as I follow you into the room and say, "Are you okay? You need any healing or anything? You look wounded."
I'm fine. As I keep my cloak covering my right arm and shoulder.
I shrug and go, "No, okay."
What's you guys' passive perception, just so I know?
My passive perception is 13.
Mine is 14.
Okay, cool.
As I enter this new room, I go, and do an active perception of this room quick. Fail utterly and go, okay.
Very well.
Nothing interesting here. I'll continue down this hallway and look this way.
Okay. As you do, the hallway just continues on.
I scrape along the wall following Caliph throughout the corridors.
I stop and fumble around my bag, get a candle out, light it quick, and hand it to Lindrath and say, "Put it in that room we just passed." Keeping track of this.
Okay, I drop the candle into the room.
Careful, candles are important.
The candle is sitting there, but it's no longer lit, being dropped into the room.
I sort of lean past Lindrathel, snap my fingers, and relight it.
Lit.
My regards.
To continue exploring this hallway. Doop doop doop. If you need to take a break, Master Elf, feel free. I'm happy to carry on myself, and I'll tell you the information that needs to be told.
Caliph, you get
No,
to there.
it's fine. I will.
Get to there. As you're talking, something creaks and cracks underneath your feet. And as it does so, the floor gives way from under you.
Oh, convenient. I'm making a dex saving.
Yes, you can give me a dex saving throw, please.
I didn't do well.
Uh-oh. Kayla, you start to plummet down into the trap. Lindrathel, would you like to do anything to attempt to assist Kayla?
Yeah, I quickly unfold my cloak and reach my right arm down to grasp him as he starts to fall.
Oh. Give me a dex as well. Let's see how fast you are. Dex saving throw.
Core stats, dex, save. It's right next to dex.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Hey,
21.
hey!
You jump down, and as you pull away the cloak, describe to me how you grab him.
I grab him by the back of his plate mail.
Breastplate. Don't wear plate mail.
Okay, breastplate. And I hold firmly, and I brace myself on the wall as he starts to fall into the pit.
Cool.
Huh. Okay. Sort of shift uncomfortably and manage to see if I can manage to get a grip on the ledge and pull myself up.
Doesn't take too much for you to pull yourself up. Back one. Yeah. Lundrathel, your cape is now off. Kalis, you have a look at Lundrathel now if you'd wish.
I look at your right arm and go, dude, you may not be wounded, but that's really cool. Does it hurt you at all?
Yes, quite a lot, actually.
Poke.
I fidget and step back a couple of steps.
Does it come in red? Does it come in red?
As
Now
people
is
can
not the time to be joking about color.
Not joking. Honestly curious. Anyways.
as people can see, Lundrathel now has a completely crystallized arm, and with the cloak being off, you can see part of his face is crystallized as well. All in a nice blue tint.
Looks like this. Okay. I look at the pit and see if I can. You think I wonder if I can manage to jump across this.
Very easily. It'd just be an acrobatics or an athletics. Either of the two will do. And it's a DC of 10.
Hup.
You jump and you fly across. You do a bit of wall running, nice little black flip at the end. Pretty good, to be
Pretty
honest.
fancy. I offer my
fancy.
hand to Lindrathel to give him assistance in getting across.
I accept this hand,
Okay.
and I try to leap across.
Yeah, athletics or acrobatics, and it will be a DC of 8 with Kalis help. Very nice, 21. You very easily jump over. You barely need Kalis help. And as you both stand there, you can now see that there's a doorway to your left, and there's a long hallway, the Nosville doorway.
Well, I feel like I should investigate this hallway before we check out the individual rooms. So I continue down the hallway.
Okie dokie. Right, when you get to there, Kalis, you're a bit surprised when you look to your right. There is another statue.
I sort of sigh and go, well, these statues are obviously important, and either they're traps, B, they'll reanimate, or C, they're actually important for solving the puzzle. Judging that only one of those is actually a good plausibility.
This statue is of a dwarf. He stands there with a hammer and a shield, and he looks like he was striking something. The pose of the statue is as if he was striking. Quite a big one.
Well, now currently I am striking it, so...
The dwarf, it smashes and crumbles to pieces. It is now just dust on the floor.
I want to take a perception roll, quick. Perception.
Awesome. What are you looking for?
I'm looking about what the quality of these statues are, and I'm surprised by the way they actually got these motions down.
As you can see, the two statues that you've seen have not had bases, and it's almost as if statues have been constructed in such a way that it gives off every little detail of an adventurer, down to even the very inch of poses that they take. The medicine check for.
Medicine check is if I know of any conditions that could possibly do this. This seems far too detailed for any human hand to actually construct such a thing.
You could probably believe that you have heard of some things such as potions that would turn people to stone, curses. Maybe you even think possibly petrification. It technically would be a type of stone turning.
So I stop and stand there a bit puzzled, and then I get surprisingly worried. Well, okay. I have good news and bad news. I turn to Lindrothel.
What would that be?
The good news is I have a theory about why these statues are here.
That would be interesting to learn.
And the bad news is the theory is petrification, or some form of curse, or some creature of some form being able to put this upon people. These were once living things.
As you can see, I get very unsettled at the news that you've broke to me.
With a smile on my face, well, there's only one we can find out.
Fair enough.
I continue down the hallway.
Continue down
I
the
follow
hallway.
lumbering on.
And just to your right, yet again, is another statue. This time it is a statue of what seems to be a female elf. She is curled up in the corner, and she's kind of cradling her shoulders. And you can see that there is kind of a deep cut of some sort in the statue, right along the chest, of three very deep cuts. It looks almost like a animal's scratch, but it's right into. You can see the brisks of what would be the clothing. But again, this is all made out of stone, and the statue sits there. Again, has no base.
I sort of blink. It's like, yeah, it looks like my theory is right. You know of anything like this?
I've never encountered such a beast in my travels.
I sort of take out another candle, light it, and place it on top of the girl's head.
Okay. Place it on the top of the girl's head, and it sits perfectly. We're moving on?
Yep.
Okie dokie.
My shield, I take my shield out and turn the corner with my eyes looking above it.
Okay.
Obviously now slightly more worried than I was earlier.
There is a door to your right, and it seems it moves on round.
Ignoring the door until later. Ignoring the door until later.
I follow closely behind, holding my dagger in hand.
So, Lindrothel, can you tell me anything more about yourself as I take a peek around the corner?
Take a peek around the corner, and as you do so, you get quite a bit of a fright, actually, as there is a statue with a human again, a male human, with a bit of a big beard, kind of with a big, wide open mouth, look very wide eyes, and is almost stretching for you. But again, it's a complete statue.
Oh.
And again, it has no base.
Well, I have but lived in solitude for most of my life. I have barely had nearly as much human contact as you perhaps have had.
You'd be surprised. As I turn around and motion for him to go the other way.
I lumber back towards the corner.
And
Should we check out the room?
that's what I was gonna do. And I push open the door.
Awesome. Push open the door. And inside. Yes. Again, there's 2 more statues. This time it is one of a large orc with a big huge battle axe. Battle axe is almost halfway down in motion swing. And the orc isn't wearing much, but a loincloth round his private. And another one just further into it seems to be a tiefling. You can see the horns on the head, and it's kind of holding its head down onto its knees, and is kind of just looks like a big lump.
As I passed the orc, I said, maybe you should have wore a bit more, buddy. Maybe it would have helped you. As I passed by him.
Oh, also, you see a stairwell. It heads up to what looks to be a star emblem on the wall.
Maybe that's the button. So I approach it and see if I recognize the star emblem from anywhere, and then maybe look around for more and see if there's anything else there.
Okay, you can give me a perception check if you wish.
Nope.
No, you see the star symbol. Almost like an outcropping crest on the wall.
I enter further into the room and I gesture at the 2 statues, asking, "What races are these? I've never seen them in my books before."
That one's an orc, and that one I believe is a tiefling. Or, if you prefer tiefling, I say again in the language of fire.
Ah, I see.
Very rare. I've only seen a few in my times. Familiar with their language, though. Anyways,
That must be quite the good trait.
you can say. As I say that, I sort of stop and think for a moment and look down at my left hip and see if my book is there.
It isn't.
I shrug and then sort of mumble to myself, thought so. And move up and poke the star.
As you do so, it moves in slightly.
Well, that's one button pushed, I think.
It barely moved at all. Still see it's outcropping from the wall.
I push it a bit harder.
Okay, you push it a bit harder this time, and it slides in. As it slides in, it slowly starts to glow up. The star kind of glows a little bit.
What color?
Yellow.
Oh, pleasant.
But as it does so, you start to hear clanking. Click, 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 click. There's one awfully loud one, and it seems to be that this door is starting to... This door right here is starting to raise.
I may or may not have done that. I quickly ready myself.
I quickly hide behind the statue of the tiefling.
Hey, give me a stealth check. 21, awesome.
Pretty damn good.
It takes 2 or 3, it takes a minute, but the clicking stops and it opens up. And as you see, Kayla, there seems to be quite a large creature. It kind of swirls out, almost like a big lizard.
I have my shield raised, but I sort of have my warhammer at my hip, not really in a fighting stance, and go, oh, okay.
It crawls out. It just sits and looks at the statue. A perception check. Doubt it will see anything, but... It doesn't see you. But it quickly turns its head, sniffing into the air, and it looks at you, Kayla.
Oh, hello there.
As you look into its eyes, you start to feel your body stiffen up.
Right, nope.
Give me
No.
a Constitution saving throw, please.
Ow.
Oh, Kayla. Okay. You start to feel your legs. They start to stone up from your ankles, and you can feel everything as you look down.
I
You see everything
quickly
is
look
starting to
avert my
crack
gaze
up.
from the basilisk.
You do, but it almost looks like its spell has taken hold, and you are starting to stone from the ankles up.
Alright, problems. I say blatantly.
And the creature is going to move to about here. But I want you to both give me let's go with yeah, initiatives. Basilisk. Plus 9 minus 7. So, since players go first. Caliph, it is your turn. You cannot move, but you can swing your arms and cast a spell if you wish.
Right. Where's the spell I'm looking for? Poof! Try that. On myself. Of course.
You attempt to remove curse. Unfortunately, does not work. The stone continues to rival up your leg.
Right.
As you cannot make a movement action, you only have a bonus action left. What would you like to do?
I will cast my bonus action as Shielded Faith. Where you at?
Oh. Nice. As it's the end of the turn, Kaelith, you have to give me another Constitution saving throw. Fail this, and you will be petrified. Well, you pass. Well done.
Hey!
As you pass, the stone reverts from your legs, and you feel movement in your body once again.
Alright, less problems. Less problems.
Lindrathel, it is now your turn.
Okay, I slowly peek from the corner of the statue, and I quickly ready a thorn whip and attack the basilisk.
Oh. Let's see it then.
You forgot you didn't add the damage.
Yeah. Don't worry about
Fellas.
it. Your thorn whip misses anyway. Unfortunately, you've revealed yourself to the basilisk's whereabouts. You have a bonus action left and a movement action. What would you like to do, Lindrathel?
I would like to move to the other side of the statue from it. Kind of keeping my distance.
Okay. Well, as it's the basilisk's turn, it's going to turn around, move round, and it's going to attempt to bite you. Does a 21 hit your AC?
Yes, it does.
Awesome. take 21 damage. The bite of the basilisk, it crunches into your crystallized arm. Crunches hard. As it also seeps a brown liquid into your body, and you can feel the pain from your crystallized arm get worse.
In an oversensory amount of pain, I peel back and lose my focus.
Done 21 damage is done. Now, in roll 20, Aeonis, there is a bit where if you click on your character, you can see the 3 bubbles up the top. Red one, the green one, and the blue one. Yeah. Change that, and that shows the other players how much health they are. To give you a bit of advantage on the battlefield.
Perfect.
You can see Kaelith, and Kaelith can see yours. Kaelith, it's now your turn.
Wonderful. Seeing this problem, with my passive perception, can I see if this basilisk has... It does have eyes. What am I saying? I'm going
It does have eyes because you looked straight at them.
Yeah. I'm going to basically get on this damn thing.
Okay.
And I'm going to guiding bolt it right in the damn face.
Yeah, what does the guiding bolt do again?
Guiding bolt leaves a bright, shiny, sparkling residue on whatever it is struck.
Okay. You're attempting to blind the basilisk. Awesome, you do hit the basilisk. What I also want you to, for me to do before you get the guiding bolt off, give me a strength to see if you can push the creature down so it doesn't buck you off as you get up on. We'll do opposing strength, I think.
Okay.
The basilisk actually cripples under your pressure on top of it, and it's going to take an extra d8 of damage as its stomach hits the ground. Roll me the d8.
The easiest thing I have that's a d8 is my warhammer. So... boop.
7 damage, nice. Yeah, so you do about 22 damage? No, 23 damage. Do 23 damage to the basilisk.
Good.
And it winces and it closes its eyes from the bright light that is trapped on the end of its snout.
By the way, Lilindrothus, you now have an advantage on whenever you're trying to hit this damn thing.
Awesome.
And Kaelith, from the back of the basilisk, says, "You bitch! Damn, turn me to stone, you fucker! Elf, kill this thing!"
Andrathel, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I quickly stab for its eyes.
We don't like its eyes, apparently. We don't like
Yeah.
Okay. Give me an attack roll. Advantage, of course. Because you are at such a high level, you do get 2 attacks. So you'll be able to do 1 at each eye of the 2 it has. Yeah, so give me 2 attacks. See if you can take it its eyes.
Saying syntax error.
Are you doing this Did you fill out the crit damage thing?
Have a look.
Oh no, I didn't.
That's your problem.
Dagger. You also didn't give it damage dice.
Yes.
Didn't give the dagger damage dice, and you also didn't give. Remember, in the crit damage, you want to do the damage dice again. So the damage dice of a dagger is D4. So the crit damage will be a D4 as well. And then try clicking attack now.
There you go.
23 will work.
And then that's the second one.
Well, 11, not so much. I don't think so.
You unfortunately managed to you miss the second eye, but you very easily get the left eye of the basilisk, and you stab right in, and it winces in pain as it takes another 7 damage. It's the basilisk's turn. It's going to retaliate and try to bite you, but due to it being now blinded by the light, it can't see you, and with its weight crushing on top of you, it can't move very far or fast. So it's going to take disadvantage on its attack. So, tries to bite Lindrathel again, and an 8 misses. So, you're fine, Lindrathel. That's all the basilisk can do. Caliph, it's now your turn.
How does this basilisk looking?
It's looking hurt. Very hurt indeed.
Okay. I will take this time to brace myself better on its back, hit it in the head with a warhammer, and bash it in the head with my shield.
Your warhammer, it clings off the hard scales, but you manage to dig your shield into the back of its neck and get a bit more damage off. Lindrathel, it's your turn again.
Okay, I will try to attack with a thorn whip again.
Okay. Unfortunately you miss. The scales of the basilisk seem to be quite thick, and they seem to repel the thorns of your thorn whip.
Okay, and then I try to slowly slide myself away from the basilisk that is right in front of me.
Hey, you can do so. It's going to make a reaction to try and hit you as you move back. But you can back off. Going to try and munch you. A disadvantage still because it can't see. 9, which obviously misses. So, we're back down to the basilisk, and the basilisk is
You
going...
didn't move Lindrathel. You may want to do that.
Oh yeah, Lindrathus, you might want to move a little bit.
More
There
than
you
that.
Yep.
Okay,
There you go.
I will move back here.
It's the basilisk's turn. It is going to attempt to see if it can open its other eye and look out. Is the bolt still there?
Yeah, the sparkles are still there.
Sparkles are still there, so it's going to make a con save.
Sparkles are there for a damn minute. It's great. Sparkles are
Okay, yeah, it's going to make a con save at disadvantage because the sparkles are still there, and it's missing one of its eyes now. What's your DC, Caleb?
What? Wait, for what?
What's your DC? What would be a DC spell for you?
DC... I want to say 14. Maybe 15.
14.
Let me check.
Yeah, it's going to make... We'll just go with its 14. It's going to make it a disadvantage. At 11, it fails. It's still blinded, and it attempts to bite out, and with no target being there, it completely misses. Caleb, now your turn.
Will this thing fucking die? Whomp. Whack.
As you manage to swing your shield and hammer round, you clap both into the side of the basilisk's head at the same time as it drops down and crushes its skull, and it dies.
Whew, that was fun. You're right there, mate. I hop off the basilisk.
Yeah, I'm fine. As I stir and get back up after being traumatically encountering with this basilisk.
You new to this? You seem a bit startled.
Yeah, yes, I am quite not focused right now.
What are you thinking about? I don't want a compatriot fallen in combat because he's thinking about his life problems.
It's fine. I will focus myself. Don't you worry.
Alright, alright. I sort of shake my legs a bit, making sure all the stone's out of it and all that. Hop down, take a look at the basilisk.
Basilisk is quite colourful actually. It's quite purple, and it has quite large spiky. But as you were on top of it, they were quite soft spikes on the back, but seemed to be able to deflect and ricochet most objects.
What a
Quite
lovely creature.
flexible. And it's brutally got its face smashed in. As you can see, most of the jaw is unhinged and they're cracked, and blood is pouring out of one eye.
I quickly rush over to it to see if I can harvest anything from it.
As you do that, I sort of walk calmly around you and push the tiefling statue on top of it. Yeah, it can stay there. I mean, I wander off.
Push the tiefling statue on top of it. What are you trying to harvest from the basket?
Its other intact eye.
Okay, give me a dexterity roll, please.
Okay. Like a saving throw?
Yeah,
or...
saving throw.
Yeah,
Okay.
dex saving throw. You can either give me a dex saving throw or a medicine, but with the dex saving throw with a 6, you unofficially fail and you cut into the eye, not being able to retrieve it properly from the quite thick, heavy eyelid basilisk. The eye is damaged and is not worth.
I sort of say back to him, well, you're not going to harvest much from that thing. I kind of smashed its face in. I push open this door, letting him continue on his work. Whatever he's doing.
I turn around in defeat and slide over to the door frame where you are and agree with your statement.
Oh, this door actually has a face on it, Caleb. As you try to push it open, it seems to be quite a large, longsome voice. As you try to push it open, the eyes of the face open and the mouth opens, and it goes, "Good afternoon.
Oh, hey, how you doing?
Nice to meet you."
Yeah, is that your pet back there? Sorry, I killed it if it is.
No, I'm just the doorkeeper.
Ah. Where the hell am I?
You're in the phallic crypt.
Phallic crypt.
I believe we're just outside of... Oh, what was it called? It's been many years now.
Fallen?
Yes, yes.
So I'm not that far away.
I believe it's just outside of the small little town of Hailstone.
Oh, right. Okay, so that's where my body is. Anyways. Never mind that. So this is reality. I sort of look back at Lindrathel. So this is... Anyway, doorkeeper, do you have, how do I get through this, or how do I go past you? Not
Only
that...
with the password.
Oh, password. Hmm. Can I get a hint?
The doorkeeper looks up.
I look up.
You look up just above the door. It says the password is.
Is...
No.
No? I snap my fingers and produce light on it.
Still says the password is snow.
Snow. Why would it be snow? Is the password snow?
He goes, isn't that a type of weather?
I would think so. It's not my favorite kind of weather. Kind of a lame type of weather, to be honest.
Don't know. I've never really seen weather myself.
I'll have to take you there sometime. It's pretty nice, actually. Snow, not the best, but a nice summer rain's pretty good. Undrathel!
What is it?
Do you mind helping me with this door? I'm having an argument with him. Well, not really an argument. An actually quite lovely conversation, but I kind of need to get past him. Conversation.
I slide over to see the words scrawled above the doorway.
Yep, it says the password is snow.
I scratch the back of my head as I try to figure out what the password would be.
Well, Mr. Door, we seem to have reached a conundrum. I want through, and I'm assuming you kind of want to go see snow.
Why do you say that?
I don't know, it just seems like something a door would want to do. After all, you've been stuck in this dungeon for what I think would be an eternity.
That's been a long time, yes.
What do you say you let me through, and I'll take you out of this crypt. And I'll take you and show you around. Maybe find you a nice place.
I can't without the password.
You know what? If I find that password, I will still do that.
Thank you. It would be great to see snow.
And I
Says
snap my
that?
fingers. I
As he
snap my
says-
fingers and say Eureka.
As he says that, the door opens.
Oh! I had to get you to say it. That's strange. Can I get a name for you?
The door says the name is Elacio.
Elaciel. It's been a pleasure to meet you, Elaciel. I'll come back to find you later. In the meantime, I carry down the hallway.
Okay.
I follow slowly behind, making sure to view all my surroundings.
I have my shield raised, so if I ever see something, I never look it in the eyes and instantly have a chance to look up behind my shield.
You see another two statues just to your right. One of a broken pile of mess, and the other of what seems to be a weeping female.
Man, these basilisks have had basically a field day back down here.
I walk up and I inspect the litter on the ground.
I do the same.
It seems to be another statue, but fallen over and smashed.
Well, I sort of go, well, this place is broken up. I sort of lean over and cast light on the weeping elf's face. Did light up the area.
Oh. Well, get to the bottom of the hallway. There is another door.
Well, I have my shield raised and I push open the door.
Push open the door. Do you give way to a room like this?
I slowly take a step into the door frame. And I sort of move myself to the side of the door frame and say, Sir Elf, you may want to see this.
Big huge
I
pit.
slide to the other side of the door frame and peer in.
There seems to be a big huge pit. You can't see all the way down.
Well, we've confirmed that there are traps here, and I'm not a big fan of falling down another pit.
I slowly take a step into the room
I
and look
grab the
around.
back of his collar, standing still in the door frame.
Oh.
I sort of fumble around my bag without my hand leaving from his collar, get my 50 feet of silken rope, and tie it around his waist.
Cool.
Well, after you then. I'll stay here and brace myself on the doorframe.
I slowly move around the pit and view what is down there using my dark vision.
Oh. You look all the way down, and it just seems to be a bottomless pit. It just gets darker and darker and darker.
This pit is unnaturally deep.
I basically see, I'm assuming with that passive perception, I can see the light coming up behind me.
Yes, you can.
I quickly spin on my heels and hit it with a warhammer.
Okay, give me a Warhammer attack.
Boop!
It just flings off. It seems to be as you spun round. It seems to be the weeping female elf again, and she's just covering her face. She's just sitting there. As you hit off, your Warhammer hits off. It just makes a clank against the stone. Doesn't seem to smash like the others.
Lindrathel, I don't leave my eyes off it. Come here.
I quickly make haste to the doorway and peer at the statue.
You help me pick this up. I sort of move around next to it. And I try to pick it up.
Yeah, give me a strength roll. Rathel, you can hear something to your right and behind you. You manage to be able to just move the statue just a little bit. You can push it just into the corner. As Lindrathel, you can hear like hissing and movement behind you.
I quickly turn around and I look around the room.
As you look around the room, your gaze catches two other bastards. Can you give me a Constitution saving throw twice?
Son of a bitch.
14 and a 6. As the 14 passes, but the other one, it catches your eyes and you're caught in its gaze for a couple of seconds as your feet start to turn.
Alright, without turning around, I yank on the rope as hard as I can. And pulling Ladrathel to me and into the door frame.
Okay, and they're stuck between a rock and a hard place.
After moving the statue to the corner, I pull Lindrathel behind me and quickly move down the hallway as quickly as I can.
2 seconds before you do that.
Roll initiative.
Get some initiatives going.
Hey, an 18. That's good.
Five and a 1. So, Caleb, it is your turn first.
I shouted at Lindrathel, "Do not take your eyes off the damn statue I moved in the corner."
I gaze at it the entire time.
Because somehow I still have the power to move Lindrathel.
Oh yeah. Don't give you the power of that anymore. As I say that. No changes. There you go. You can't move the Lindrathel anymore. So it's about as far as you can get, Caleb. Whilst dragging Lindrathel, he's slowly sticking to the floor and he is stoning.
Right.
Took up your movement. What would you like to do? And your bonus action, because you were moving Lindrathel as well. What would you like to do with your action?
Alright, first big spell in a while. I sort of wind up my Warhammer.
The electric starts to, as you spin the Warhammer round and round and round and round and round, electric starts to crackle between from the Warhammer. Spins round in a circle really fast.
And I hit the statue in the corner.
Fireball bursts out and yeah, it seems to leave scorch marks on the statue.
Son of a bitch. Alright.
Lindrathel, it's your turn. You have a bonus action and an action. You cannot move due to being stoned.
You were too stoned to move. Dude, I know you're a druid, but lay off the herbs.
I will cast Lesser Restoration on myself to try and remove the petrification.
Hey, you do that. It seems as if the stoning starts to decrease, but after a second of two, your power doesn't seem to be strong enough as the stoning overcomes it, and that's to continue up your body.
Yeah, you did better than me.
And Drathel, you've got a bonus action left.
With my bonus action, I would like to shoot my short bow at the statue.
Okay then. Let's see it.
Plank.
You shoot the arrow and it lands. You kind of attempt to shoot it, and it boom, and it tings off of the statue, tings off the wall, and starts flying back towards you. Due to your being starting to stoned up, can you give me a dex save? But at disadvantage. 7. Unfortunately, your own arrow hits you straight in the shoulder, and you take 7 damage.
You're not very good at this, are you? You're not very good.
I quickly stare at him and I shrug him off as I try to pull.
I told you not to stop looking at the damn statue! I told you not to stop looking at the damn statue.
The moving statue has moved up the hallway. Lindrathel, can you give me a con save, please? With a 6, your entire body turns to stone. And Caliph, you hear the last gasp, and his mouth continues up into stone.
I'm gonna do a quick medicine check. Do I have anything in my repertoire of powers to be able to revert this?
Lesser restorations seem to work, but it must need to be more powerful. Maybe a greater restoration?
Yeah, I don't have that.
Well, unfortunately. You got wish? But yeah, unfortunately, Lindrathel, that is you deceased. You have become petrified. Caliph, you kind of see this as as Lindrathel kind of stones up. You start to feel drained again, and everything goes black. And as you open your eyes, again, you're back in the room. Azala's standing in front of you. Sora's just to the right. Garrick's off to the left, and Verge is sitting on the bed with you, and you're halfway down a glass of water. And I shall call it the end of the session.
Alright.
But anyway, I shall call, at the end of every session, Aeonis, we do a questions, comments, concerns. So this is where you can ask any questions to me, show any of your comments that you thought was funny or bad or anything during the session, and concerns, anything that you feel should be changed for the next session or could have been done better. So, questions, comments, concerns.
Question, he's not actually dead.
No, he's not, because it was all in your brain, you twit.
That is true.
It's almost like it was a premonition of something.
I have those a lot. I have those a lot.
Yup. Any other questions, comments, concerns? How did you feel the session went, Aeonis?
I felt it went pretty good, even though I terribly rolled some saves, you know?
The way of the dice sometimes, can't help it.
I do have one question, which is how are we in the in this dungeon, or?
No, this is your little this was your little bring me in. It is an actual place in the world, but I've played it off, as you could hear by the story elements, that Caliph was having a little bit of vision from his god.
Oh, okay.
Forward vision.
Religious delusion.
Yeah.
So does my character perceive any of this whatsoever, or is it all just for Caliph?
No, your character will perceive this, your character will remember this.
Okay.
But yeah. Apart from that, how did you feel it went? Was Caliph, how did you feel Aeonis did?
I thought he did well.
Yeah? I feel a couple of bits, to be honest, you were a bit shy, bit undergoing, but that's kind of your character, so I've got no problems with that.
You did get paired with the most sporadic character in the group, so...
Yeah, it might be nice. Now, did you go Beastmaster with Druid, or did you go Animal Change with Druid?
I went Circle of the Land with Druid.
Oh yeah, no, Druid is Animal Changing. Ranger, did you go Beastmaster?
Oh yeah, I went Beastmaster with Ranger.
Yeah.
And then I went...
I do apologize for not having your snake there, and I will get you a sheet for your snake, so that it's got your snake stats on it. Okay?
Thank you.
And we'll talk about how we do that in a bit. But, with the quick setup that we did and everything like that, did you feel like Lindrathel is what you feel like you should have made for this campaign?
I think that he will grow better with warming up to the party, if that is the case.
Yeah. Okay, well, I thought you did quite well.
I have my own question,
okay.
comment, concern to Lindrathel. Do you mind Kaelith that much? I know he is a rather obnoxious character.
He is totally fine. It's just Lindrathel has not had any contact in a very long time. And the last contact he has been a frightful experience, so he was very unnerved and shy during the duration of the dungeon.
Okay.
Also another bit, your crystallized right side. I liked how you played it with definitely dazzled. You may have played it at the start a little bit too much. It doesn't need to be as present as that, but it's your choice, it's your character. I felt it didn't need to be as precedent as that, but
Okay.
As for the people that are watching, I don't know how many viewers we've got right now, Kayla.
I haven't even checked. I haven't even opened Twitch.
Nah, we might want to do that, but
I wouldn't be able to check the old chat logs anyways, so.
no, that's fine. If people are still watching, if you want to poke me with a question for AONS or something like that, what thoughts you had, I think we'll give you another couple of minutes. I know the stream is behind. But yeah, we'll answer some questions. As for that, Enos, we will talk about your Beastmaster because I feel the way that D&D does animal companions is a bit bad. So I've got a little bit of homebrew. Kind of makes it feel more like the animal companion is an actual creature that has its own mind and everything like that, that has accepted you and kind of bonds with you rather than it just being an inanimate object almost.
Okay, that sounds splendid.
So we'll have a little bit of chit chat about that. So as for your little test training, how do you think you did? How do you think you scored?
A 3 out of 10. I don't think I did nearly as good.
I told you to watch the statue! I told you to watch the statue!
Yeah, that may be one of the biggest faults ever.
Yeah. How did you feel about the Weeping Angel?
It was creepy, I will say that. I wasn't expecting the statues to go Weeping Angel style on us.
Yes, this place is definitely going to be unusual if you ever come here in the future. We'll see how it goes. You only got one button out of the two, so there is more to this dungeon that you've obviously missed. So we'll see how that goes. There's a couple of more traps kicking about, and there was a test or two in there, but it was just the way you went.
At least I could play it off as I didn't get lost on the first go around.
Will the door remember our conversation?
No.
Oh.
And I doubt the door will be there next time. But I didn't expect you to work it out as quickly as you did, Sideline. Pretty bummed. I thought I was going to have you running around in loops for that one.
No, Kale is just naturally friendly. Just meant him making conversation.
Yeah, and you made him say snow and the door opened. I thought that was quite a cool concept.
To be fair, I didn't even know what the end goal was. I was just talking.
Yeah, it took me ages to work out a fucking thing for a door. And
Yeah, like,
5 minutes you worked it out. I was like, oh, for fuck's
I
sake.
didn't work it out. I was just talking to him.
Yeah, we just see through the lab, and I was just about to cast Druidcraft and simulate snow to see if that would work.
That'd have been cool. Unfortunately, it didn't happen that
Through
way.
his magic Disney powers. Disney.
Yeah.
Let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go. But yeah.
I feel
But
like there's going to be a good character interaction between Kaelith and
Lindrathel.
Rathel. Yeah.
Don't worry, I've stumbled over it.
I'm probably just going to call him Lyn.
I might call
That
him
works.
Drathel. I might call him Drathel. Because Drathel is easier than Lyn. Because I look at it and go, Lyn? And can I get Lit? That just goes badly. That just goes badly. Have fucking easy pronouncing names, please, people.
I went with Kaelith. It's one of the easiest.
It took me a month to get Azala, for fuck's sake.
Azala is a complicated name, too.
Yeah, just because of the hyphen in the middle, I'm like, eh? But yeah.
Kaelith is easy, but I picked an easy name because he's a farm boy.
Yep, the farm boy. Apart from that, yeah, I think you'll be a good enough fit. I think you.
Awesome.
I think we would love to have you within the games. I've not had any pokes from the other people that are probably watching, so either they've given up and fucked off at this point, you're that shit, they've just fucked off, or you've pleased them enough that they don't really care. So
Yeah, alright. Either way is good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ending stream.